afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I've got Jason Holder at the top table from the West Indies. Just a reminder to please put the microphone very close to your mouth so that our stenographer will be able to hear your questions.
Jason, do you think at this stage Andre Russell can even get through a one-day game with his knees as bad as they seem to be?
Yeah, it's been difficult so far for him. You know, we've been trying our best to keep him on the park, but it's proven difficult. Yeah, going forward, we just got to persist. You know, he's here for a reason. We think he can be a match winner for us. So we just got to cope with him. You know, got to do everything we possibly can to get him or keep him on the park.
And you think the risk is worth taking, even after the last two games he hasn't got through his overs?
Yes.
Jason, how short of your best do you feel you were today?
Look, I thought losing the toss, and being asked to bat, was probably bowler-friendly conditions. Having said that, I thought we got through the power play quite nicely. We were 41 for 1, I think, at the end of the first 10 overs, which was a decent position considering the conditions. I thought we lost the game in the middle. Every time we, got something going, we lost a wicket. And we just lost wickets at crucial stages. I just think looking back in hindsight, you just have to build a few more partnerships and go deeper. I thought Paran played extremely well, and he was just an example of how we need to play on the pitch.
Did you feel at halfway you had a decent chance with two of England's top 6 obviously struggling with injuries?
Yeah, we needed to make early inroads, but we felt we had a really good chance at the halfway stage, even although we felt we were still a few runs short. But having said that, I think the way we've been backing ourselves to get new ball wickets. It didn't happen for us today. Well played to England.
Obviously England had better conditions, as you say, but is it frustrating because you're showing glimpses in snatches of play of really good bowling and batting? Is it frustrating for you that you can't put together enough passage of play to really make a difference?
I think it's a good point. We've shown glimpses of what we can produce here in this tournament so far, and also in the recent past and in the past generally. For us, it's just a matter of bringing it together for the long periods, stringing together a complete game, and being consistent. I've always spoken about consistency whenever I speak to you guys, so it's just a matter for us to find it. We've just got to dig deep in to make sure that, we take the responsibility as batters and as bowlers, we keep being aggressive.
Okay, you mentioned not getting early wickets. What do you put that down to? Sorry.
Look, it's just one of those days. I felt the sun came out in the second half and the wicket flattened out. We just didn't get new ball wickets today, and it's 1 out of 4 games that we've played and we haven't got new ball wickets. So it's just one of those days.
Okay. Do you regret bowling? Do you regret that the bowlers bowled so short?
No regrets.
No regrets.
Are you still confident that you can qualify for the playoffs?
I think we would be very foolish not to be confident. There's still a lot of cricket to be played in this tournament. We've only played 4 games and hell of a lot of cricket left to be played. We just got to be disciplined and make sure that we come against Bangladesh firstly in our next game and make sure we beat Bangladesh.
How well did Joe Root bat today, did you think, Jason?
Yeah, Rooty played well. He got off to a really good start, kept up with the momentum. Yeah, he played really well. And, he's a quality player. Credit must be given to him. I thought he really applied himself when he batted deep and batted entirely through.
Jason, how satisfied were you with your bowling and fielding performance today?
I think the bowlers tried. Defending 213 isn't easy. We need to pick up wickets. We didn't get new ball wickets for the first time in the competition, but we tried. It wasn't for the lack of trying. It just didn't happen for us today.
Any update on Shannon Gabriel?
Well, he bowled down to the end. He slipped at the very, very end, and I think he's all right.
Thanks, Captain. Appreciate it. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
You're going to get told off. Yeah. See?
Go ahead. Owen,
Yeah, sorry.
can we take it from the fact that you're standing up that the back's not great?
Yeah, it's sore. I've had back spasms before. We think it's another back spasm. Normally takes a few days to settle down. So yeah, that's
So unclear really at the moment.
unclear. We'll know more in the next 24 hours. So I'll pull up tomorrow.
And in terms of Jason, how do you know if he's pulling up?
Yeah, I don't know how he'll pull up tomorrow. He had a tight hamstring. So he's going to go for a scan tomorrow, and probably it'll take 48 hours before we have the results and stuff.
How worrying is it in general to have both yourself and Jason pulling up?
I think when any two players go down, it is a little bit of a worry, but I don't think we're not at panic stations or anything yet. We'll just see how we get on in the next 48 hours and go from there.
Chris on the right.
Owen, if I remember correctly, you had a back spasm last summer, I think, in that one-day series against Australia. You were back playing 3 days later. Does this feel worse or better?
It's in a different area, and you normally get a good indication the following day. If it settles down a little bit, obviously the improvement is there straight away, and then the following day is better. So, yeah.
Do you envisage yourself playing in that Afghanistan game? Or
I don't know. We'll, like everybody, we'll have to see how it pulls up. Particularly probably myself and Jason, maybe a couple of the bowlers, do a risk assessment as to see how risky it is going into that game. Bear in mind we'd have 2 games quite short space.
Not ideal for obviously Jason to pull up as well, but how pleased were you with how Joe Root filled in at the top of the order?
Oh, exceptionally pleased. I think he's now the highest run scorer in the tournament. He scored 200s. He's such an important player for us. He is the glue that holds everything together, and probably a side of his batting that's got better over the last 2 or 3 years that people haven't seen a lot of his expansive game. He never seems to go at less than a run a ball. You look up, he's going at more than a run a ball, and it's exceptional to watch. So to see him come out and be in this form and continue it is brilliant.
Just going to move the mic forward.
Sorry, no, it's fine. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
You've got to
go for it.
You got 2 fast bowlers who are bowling around 95 mph. Mark Wood and Jofra. How much of that?
Go for it. I can hear you.
Yeah. How much of that is an advantage? Going ahead in the tournament, you got 2 fast bowlers who really rev it up.
Yeah, I think it's been one of the trends of the tournament. A lot of teams have a couple of bowlers who can bowl quite quickly. We're very fortunate that we have 3 guys that can touch 90 mile an hour. It's something that we're going to use, and it'll be a strength of ours. But also, the other side, we have a very good leg spinner, very good off spinner. So all round, I think hopefully we have areas covered. If trends do change later in the tournament and wickets get older, the spinners might come into it a bit more.
Obviously not ideal to have the injury concerns, but presumably really pleasing that you've shown you've got some all-round strength. I mean, to have a 7th bowler who can take 2 wickets, to have a number 7 or 8 who can come in, he's got a test 100, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That is a reminder that when things go wrong, you've got a plan B, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose today is a very good example of that. Another one would probably be away in Australia, in Sydney, when Liam Plunkett went down in the first over. I think first over the bowls, Champions Trophy, first game against Bangladesh. Chris Wokes went down with a side strain. So strength and depth, is something that we've worked on in order to plan for situations like this.
Today was probably a little bit different, but what does it feel like in other matches playing teams where they got such incredible support? Does it actually feel like a home World Cup for you guys?
Today definitely felt like a home game. It did. I didn't have any indication that there were a lot of West Indies fans, whereas you play Asian teams, you certainly get that impression that there's a lot of fans there. Yeah.
And how does that change the atmosphere, having the sort of balance between the 2 sets of
fans? It is what it is. We've accepted that when we do play against teams like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, India, they will feel like away games, and that's just the way cricket is. Yeah.
Take a couple more. Let's do Guy here and then Lawrence, and then one more to finish up.
Owen, we talked about Joe Root's batting, but what made you turn to Joe at that point in the match as a bowler?
Yeah, it was actually surprising that Adil got it to turn as much. I kept speaking to Joss because I can't get an indication unless the ball beats the bat as to how much it's turning, but Joss kept saying it's turning more than we think here, it might be worth a go. So we spoke about it for a couple of overs and then went with it for one, possibly two, but he started brilliantly. And typically he's got a goal, and he does take wickets, which is great. Amazing.
Sorry. How much of a luxury is it to have a guy like Jofra at the death? Because sometimes in the past the death has been a slight issue, but he doesn't just keep it tight, he takes wickets as well.
Yeah, but Jofra is, the addition of Jofra covers all three areas. He takes a new ball, he bowls well in the middle and at the end. So to have that at your disposal gives you a lot of options as a captain, particularly when you have Liam Plunkett in the middle with Adil Rashid, or it might be Moeen Ali, that allows you to hold over his back. Potentially if you take a wicket, you can use him then when the new batsman comes in, if he's liable to get out of like a quick bowler.
Any more last one? Get done. Easy.
Thank you. Thank you.
That'll bring the 3 players.